Alright, y'all. We're here on the Patuxent River. Outgoing tide near the end of it. Water temperature is 50 and air temperature is about 48. I saw some nice marks here. We're right on a ledge. We're sitting on 20 feet. It's about 35 out there, and we're pretty close to the bank where it comes back up to nothing. So I'm going to get these cut shad thrown out here. We're going to see what we can do today. There's a good fish. There's one on. Okay. There's one who wanted to eat. It's hard to tell in this current if they're very big. So you got more factors running against you. He took a little drag. And the fact that he's not coming up very fast is a good sign. I'm going to try to work him over to this side. Alright, that's some slow head shakes. That's also a good sign. Probably notice my reel sounds kind of rough, but there's nothing wrong with it. There's just a little too much line on it. What you're hearing is the line slapping against the level wind. Alright. Not bad for the first fish of the day. He's wanting to stay down and fight. Let's see if we can get him netted. Big old headed male. Alright, we got him. We got that guy. Come on in here, buddy. Alright. Alright, there he is, y'all. First fish of the day. He looks like he's probably 14 or 15 pounds. I'm not going to weigh him. I usually don't weigh them unless I think they're over 20. But good fish to start the day. Good time. We'll get him out of here. It's pretty cold here. While we're sitting here waiting, I'll tell you a little bit about where I'm at. So this is the Patuxent River in Maryland. There's a lot of historical significance to this river. Back in the War of 1812, the British came into this river. All this was tobacco fields back then. The British came up in here. They had Commodore Josh Barney of the U.S. Navy trapped in St. Leonard's Creek, which is about 20 miles downriver from here. He had flat-bottom boats that could get into shallow spots. The British had ocean-going boats that couldn't do that. So, as a way to try to flush him out, they came upriver, burning these tobacco fields as they went. Eventually, they went back down, past St. Leonard's Creek, and gave him the opportunity to get out. They chased him all the way up past where we are now, until the Secretary of the Navy ordered him to scuttle or blow up his ships so that the British couldn't get him. They went up about, let's say, 6 miles upriver from here to a place called Pig Point, and that's where he scuttled his ships. As you see, all 4 of these rods have now been hit by a dynx. Nothing on yet. Well, years ago, they were dredging some mud out of this river, and under 7 feet of mud, they found a cannon. And that cannon was believed to be part of one of Josh Barney's boats that he scuttled. Of course, the War of 1812 is where the Star-Spangled Banner came from. And that's a little piece of history from right here. There's a lot of that on every river, and as I go on through future videos, I'll try to tell you more about each spot that I'm in as I go. Alright, so now I'll explain to you a little bit about how the catfish got here, what the controversy is. So in the 1970s, the Virginia DNR stocked the James River and the Rappahannock and the York with blue catfish to try to make the fishery better for everyone. And their idea at the time was that the catfish would not go out into the bay because of the salt content. But that didn't work, because during rainy springs and flood seasons, the fresh water flushes down the rivers into the bay, and the catfish were actually able to get out fully into the bay until about 10-15 years ago, I think it was. They ended up in the Patuxent here where we are, the Potomac, every river that goes to the Chesapeake Bay, everything from Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware. They've all got blue catfish. And in Maryland, they are very aggressive against the catfish because in their mind they're eating the crabs, the perch, displacing the stripers. I've got my own opinion about all that, but I'm not going to go into it because I'm not trying to get up into the controversy. I just like to fish for them. I do my part. I mean, I've been doing this for years. Sometimes I take a batch home. Sometimes I take home 10. Sometimes I take home none. Sometimes I let everything go. Sometimes I keep everything. Just depends on how I'm feeling that day. If I want a clean fish, I'll take some eater-sized fish home. Usually I'm not going to keep anything over 20 pounds, but I have before. I won a tournament on this river last year where I had 5 fish that were all over 20 pounds, and I kept all 5 of them. But that's the controversy of the blue catfish in the Chesapeake Bay tidal rivers. It's split between two sides, you know, the side like me that is the trophy catfishermen who like to catch the fish, and the ones who want them all dead. Both of them have their points. Neither of them are really wrong. Either way, they're here. They're already here, and there's no getting rid of them, so you might as well enjoy it. That's my stance. Alright, yo. Wind has picked up. The tide's turned around. And we got a fish on. And he feels like a good one. Of course, like I said before, it's hard to tell in this kind of current. I'm going to get my net. We're going to see what we got here. Alright. He's wanting to stay down. Well, he's another one about the same as that last one. It might be a little bigger than the last one. Woo! A little ornery. There he is. Yeah, he's about the same size as the last one. Hell, he might even be the same one. Let's get him out of here. I think he might have it now. Yep, there's another one. He's got it. That's a pretty good takedown. Doesn't feel like a real big fish. A lot of head shaking going on there. Well, maybe. Yeah, we're going to find out. Sounds like I got a boat coming. That's another one of maybe a little smaller than the last two. All right. Yeah, here comes a boat. Tearing through here. We're going to let that boat go by before I hold that fish up. I don't want to see in my spot. All right. There he is. A little smaller than the last two. I give him 10, 11 pounds. That's right on the border of the one you want to eat. He's been caught before. He's got a big hole in his upper jaw. We'll let him go so he can be caught again. All right, yo, that's all I got time for today. Gotta get home. So, had a good time on the water today. It's a little slower than normal. We did get those 3 fish, nothing real big. It's starting to warm up, so in the future, in the next 3 weeks,